What is the things that actually work in dealing with this very uncomfortable feeling of loneliness? In this video today, I would like to explain what are the ways that work and they can get us out of this lonely and hurtful place. In the previous video, we discussed of the ways that don't work, and it doesn't work, for example, when we are avoiding seeing these uncomfortable feelings, seeing that we hurt, and we try to convince ourselves that it's fine, I'm not feeling lonely, I'm okay. It doesn't work because we don't see the feeling, we don't see the need, we're not taking any action. We're just staying there trying to convince ourselves that it's fine. It doesn't work also when we are surrendering to this loneliness feeling and the thoughts, the negative thoughts around loneliness. We'd say people don't like you, and why would they like you, and you're not good enough, and you will be alone forever. When we surrender to these thoughts and we don't feel like going out and meeting other people, or when we go and meet other people, we just wear a mask that pretends that we are somebody else, but we're not our true self. And then, of course, the lack of authenticity will not convince people to stay with us in a relationship. And the third way that doesn't work is when we overcompensate and we're just looking for quantity in our relationships rather than quality. We want to have many friends, we want to have many acquaintances. Every day we meet somebody else, every week we go to a different meetup, to a different party. We just want to collect likes and followers and friends, Facebook friends, but not a lot of quality and real deep connection is happening there. And we feel it. The next day we feel very empty. So we said about that. Now, what are the ways then that work in building connections and actually getting out of the loneliness? Let's talk about the getting out of the loneliness more. As we said before, loneliness is not just a feeling. Loneliness is a feeling, yes, indeed, emotion of feeling disconnected, of feeling an alien, an outcast, too different, sad, ostracized. It's a feeling, indeed. It's also thoughts, beliefs we have about ourselves, and we think that we are too different, we're weird, we are aliens, it's not going to work, relationships are too hard, we don't have time to invest, we're not going to risk rejection, people don't like us, we don't like people, we don't trust people. Thoughts, beliefs, together with this already hurtful feeling and challenging feelings, it goes together with the cognitive part, the thoughts, the beliefs we have about us, about the world, about people, about relationships. So it goes together with the package. And loneliness, third part, is the behavior, the isolation, or maybe the behavior that we discussed before of being too independent and not wanting to have friends. We don't need friends, or the behavior of people pleasing. So you see, it's not only feeling, it's feelings and thoughts and behaviors. So when you want to reverse that, when you want to change and you learn how to cope with loneliness, you have to go to all these three boxes and change something. And let's go with the first one. I'm not going to go into real deep depth because you can find all these tips in depth in the course how to deal with loneliness in the academy, and antiloneliness.com/all courses or /academy. You can find it there. And you're going to go and see all the techniques and tools that I use for each one of these three categories. The first task is about the feelings. What are we going to do about the feelings, you might ask? Well, I mean, it's a feeling that we feel. We cannot just push it away. Exactly. We're not going to push it away. We're going to do the opposite. We are going to embrace the feeling of loneliness. Of course, I feel lonely. I'm in a new job environment. I'm in a new country. I don't have friends here. I changed neighborhood or I just broke up. Of course, I feel lonely. There's nothing more normal to feel at this stage of my life, if I am in this transition, in change in my life, than loneliness, of course. So we are embracing that. And then you might ask, yeah, but if I embrace that feeling, then I'm going to go into more loneliness. Yeah, that it doesn't work like that. When we're pushing the feeling of loneliness, when we don't allow ourselves to feel the pain of loneliness, to be with it, because that's what we feel. Why we should put something else there? Why should we put a fake smile if we're feeling lonely? When we stop resisting, we preserve some of our energy. Then we accept ourselves for who we are at this specific moment. And there's nothing more connecting with ourselves than accepting that this is what I feel. I feel lonely. I'm not afraid of loneliness. I know it's not going to last forever. It's a feeling that it belongs to where it is right now. Yes, indeed, I can see the circumstances in my life that make me feel lonely, but I'm not going to resist that because I know it's here for a reason and it's here for a short period. It's not going to be here forever. Feelings are visitors. They just come, stay for a while, and then they go. I know, we are very scared of negative and uncomfortable feelings because we feel that if we give in to that feeling, then it's going to become bigger and bigger. However, it's not the feeling that makes this experience more overwhelming. It's the thoughts, the beliefs we have about ourselves, and it's the behaviors that we show, that we manifest in our life that make the feeling even worse. It's not the feeling per se. The feeling is a message, it's the messenger, and then it goes away. So embrace the feeling. Repeat to yourself, it's normal that I feel lonely. And then let's go to the beliefs. Understand, realize, and acknowledge what are the beliefs, the self talk you have, and you say to yourself when you are about to meet friends, when you're about to get out of your comfort zone, when you are struggling with loneliness. If you say things such as, why would people be interested in me? I'm going to be alone forever. People don't like me. Relationships are really hard and impossible. When you say things like that, of course you're going to feel more lonely and more hopeless, not even lonely, hopeless, desperate, of course. So that the second thing, the second area that we are changing and we're using our techniques to cope with loneliness is the thoughts, the beliefs. We have to reframe. We have to change the narrative we say to ourselves. We have to change how we view ourselves. And one thing that I can give you, and you can take it now and start using it, is why people in your life so far, whatever people, family, friends, classmates, roommates, whatever, why the people that liked you, why did they like you? And why are you such a good friend? Why are you such a good family member? Why are you such a good roommate? What are the things that like? Start changing the narrative you have about yourself. If you keep thinking that the other people are more important, are smarter, are more interesting, you will keep meeting people with less interest. You will keep trying to make connections while you have already given up in relationships. If you don't change the way you view yourselves, then the relationships you want will not happen. You have to change that and you have to say, I am an interesting person. I'm not the same as others. I am unique. Yes, indeed. I am an interesting person. I have humor. I am loyal. I'm caring. Whatever is the quality that people in your life have appreciated so far. Make a note of that and keep repeating that to yourself. We have to change our narrative. Relationships, success, productivity, whatever you want in your life, happiness is a matter of mindset. If you don't change your mindset, then relationships that you want will not happen. And the third element, so that we can wrap up this short introduction into the ways that help deal with loneliness, is of course behavior. When you're meeting other people, don't meet them with a checklist. I don't like the clothes they're wearing, or why they're talking so much about their job, or why they're doing this, don't meet them with a checklist. Be genuinely interested in them. Be there, listen, ask questions, be curious, be open. It doesn't need to be that you become friends with everybody. Of course, that's not possible. But before you choose, give them a good chance. Don't go to a meeting thinking that if I don't meet anybody interesting here today, I'm not coming here again. Because people are like you, scared to be rejected. And they don't trust immediately. Same thing like you are doing. So, of course, they're not going to show their perfect or their best self, or they're not going to open up all their cards from the first meeting with you. They're going to show a little bit. And then the next time you meet, a little bit more, and then a little bit more. This is how relationships are built, step by step. Leave the expectations home. You don't need to bring them with you at a meeting. Change the mindset that says that either me or other people are not good enough, and go and meet other people with the intention to connect. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Fine. But go with the intention to connect, not with the intention to judge. Let me know how it works for you. Let me know which of these tips that we said today are most useful for you today. The staying with the feeling, the changing the self talk, or changing the behavior and being intentionally interested in meeting other people. And then let's take it a step further in the course, How to Deal with Loneliness. Thank you very much for being here today. It's a pleasure to have you here. And of course, I'm looking forward to hearing your comments and your feedback and your questions. Have a good day and take good care of yourself.